welcome to Around the Blockchain here on Bitboy Crypto. You know, this is absolutely one of the best crypto communities in all of the interwebs. My name is Justin. I've rebranded. My name is Ruthless J. Got a new baby. Got to be ruthless. Take what's mine and give it to her. But that's not why we're here. We are here to have a great Around the Blockchain show. Got some fantastic guests. It is Friday, so that means we got a couple staples. We got Rice and Stache, as always. Joe Parys is in the house tonight, and this guy smokes cigars like Mark Zuckerberg smokes meat. We got CryptoBlood. Great show planned for you. We got some great things we're going to be talking about. Before we get into that, if it's your first time tuning in to Around the Blockchain, you'll notice everybody's got a little score down in the bottom corner of their box. If you're in the live chat and you like what you hear, give us a +1 and we'll give them some points. Whoever's got the most points at the end of the show gets to leave us with about a 30-second parting words, something that they want to tell you at home. All right, so what do we got going on the show today? We are talking about Robinhood wallets have now reached 1 million. Bitcoin crashed into 8K. Holy smokes. And ETH, we getting close to a new all-time high? Another one? Find out soon. Before we get into the show, BJ, let's pull up some Market Watch, huh? All right. Here we go. Market cap, the global market cap is 2.52 trillion. That's down about 1.5% from yesterday. Let's look at some of our big gainers on the day. If we hit that right there. Ooh, Thorchain up 19%. Phantom, Theta, Elrond's up 10%. Wow, it's some decent movement on that. Let's see who's losing today. Celsius, you hate to see them, but I know that they're having some trouble with the lawsuit that's pending. The Graph down 4%. Let's look at some of the important ones though, really quick. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin 60,851. We are down almost a little over 7,000 from when we hit the all-time high the other day. So I'd like to see that come back, but it is Friday. We always know what happens on Fridays. The markets like to dump on us. So hopefully things will change over the weekend. Ethereum coming in at 39.79. Just trying to hit that 4K again. Let's see if that goes up. Binance Coin taking number 3 spot. Cardano number 4 at 216. Don't know why that one's not moving quite yet, but I'm sure we'll get there soon. All right, let's get into the show because that's why you're here. You're not here to hear me talking about crypto prices.
Yeah, shut the hell up, man. Get on with it.
Yeah, let's get on with it. All right. So looks like we got about 17. Where we got likes? Where are the likes here? Where are the likes? It doesn't matter. There's less than 1,000.
People need to be smashing this. What they need to be doing.
Pump up the likes. Pump up the likes. Pump up the likes.
Pump up the likes. Go down in the description. We got Rice, Stache, Joe, and CryptoBloods. There's links to all of their content. Make sure that you go subscribe to their stuff if you haven't already. These guys are working hard so that you can put some more coin in your pocket or your purse if you're a lady, right?
Sure enough.
Ladies have pockets too.
Sure.
Yeah.
They all have. Everyone has pockets, man. It's
Everyone
not
ladies have extra pockets.
What's going on with you today, man?
It's 2021, man. Everybody can have pockets. You're right.
Everyone got pockets.
All right, let's get into the first topic for today. Robinhood, 1 million wallets reached. Now, more than 1 million people were on the wait list for the long-awaited crypto wallet. They've got 31 million users total, and Robinhood users have long urged the company to develop a crypto wallet as the platform currently does not support deposits or withdrawals, which is crazy to me. Let's see. Blood, I'm going to start with you. CryptoBlood, do you think that Robinhood poses a threat to Coinbase?
Different demographic, in my opinion. But no, I don't think. I think two major entities can coexist within the crypto space, and competition is always good, right? So if you have more than one player, you're going to get a better service for everyone in the end. So no, I think it's all good. We're Gucci with that.
I like that. Joe, I'm going to come with you. It's the first time you and I have gotten a chance to share some screen time here on Around the Blockchain. So it was nice to meet you. I look forward to hearing what you got to say on some of these things. Here's one for you. Robinhood is going to carry Doge, but not Shiba, at least, anytime in the near future. We don't know anything. Does this legitimize Doge?
Well, I thank you for the opportunity to be on the show. And yes, definitely great to be back on Around the Blockchain with everybody. This whole Robinhood thing is really intriguing. Does it legitimize Doge itself? I think Doge being in the top 20 where it's at right now speaks for itself, right? And I think a lot of people still like to hate on Doge for obvious reasons. It's a meme coin and, et cetera, et cetera. But the truth of the matter is it's in the top 100 cryptos, right? And people buy it and hold it. And that's the name of the game here in crypto if you're looking to appreciate your wealth, right? Like if you want to make money, you need more people to buy and hold than there are sellers. And so I think what Robinhood's doing, there's going to be a lot more coming into crypto very, very soon. And I think that it's very important that this adoption is new users. There are so many new people on our YouTube channels. I don't know about the rest of the group here, but I'm seeing a lot more new people coming in, watching the videos, really excited, and they're looking to be educated. And so I think that's going to be the key here. And if Robinhood, with what they're doing, getting more people on board, if they can just continue to keep educating them and making it user friendly, I think it's going to be a win for all the cryptocurrencies, Doge included.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think the addressable market that you got with Robinhood, especially with what happened over the summer with everybody taking on Wall Street bets or however all that went. It's important, and you say to push mass adoption, enabling the wallets to deposit and withdrawal is huge. It's very much needed. So the wallet will debut this month for some users and will eventually open up to everybody in early 2022. Let's see, Stache, I'm coming to you on this next one. Robinhood rolling out these wallets, obviously bullish. We all kind of feel the same way. It's bullish for crypto, but how bullish is this really? Because you've been in the space for a while. As we'll call you an OG for this question. As a crypto OG, how bullish is this for crypto?
OG faux show. So let me tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with Robinhood, man. When they first came out, I was like, this is a great product. I love what they're doing. I love how they're encouraging younger people to get on board with stocks. And then they launched, when they launched, cryptocurrency as a part of their platform, that's when I really got excited. And I was like, wow, now you have access to both these things. And, but then they've dragged their damn feet on getting this wallet up. It's been years, dude. These dudes have straight scammed people out of profits because you literally cannot take anything off this platform. You just have to trade it back in. You don't have a lot of options. You can't pull it off the exchange. You can't put more on the exchange. They've had so much time to do this. And they use excuses like, oh, well, we want to be safe and, make sure that the things are not going to, like, you've had years to do this, man. I mean, this has been 4 years almost now. There's no excuses taking this long, man. So, I mean, I'm disappointed in Robinhood as an app. They've done some pretty shady things in the past too. Stopping Doge trading and other things where they're just like, oh, well, I'm sorry, profits are too good for all you plebes out there. We're going to halt that for your safety, and it comes back to the same old bullshit that they try and feed us, and then, they're talking about like, well, they want to, expand, but not too quickly. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But man, 4 years just to get a basic freaking Bitcoin wallet up is unacceptable, and like I said, I was very bullish on them in the beginning because of what they really gave the access. But at this point, man, they're just yanking us around like freaking puppets. Yeah. And I feel bad because I have some Bitcoin and some Ethereum and I think a little tiny bit of Doge on there. I just can't do jack shit with it. I mean, I guess I could trade it for USD, but who the hell wants USD?
Nobody wants it, especially when we're getting ready to see some parabolic moves. Nobody wants that. So yeah. Would you recommend Robinhood to a noob then?
Not for crypto trading, hell no. I mean, if you want to dip your feet into stocks, which I think it's great for. So if you're new to stock trading, maybe you've been doing some crypto trading, and you're like, hey, I want to expand out a little bit because having a diverse portfolio is important. I don't have a ton of stocks, but I'm not 100% crypto either, and I think it's good to be able to diversify in a little bit of stocks. Definitely get some gold. Look at real estate if you can. But Robinhood does allow you as a kind of a noob to get into the stock market and dip your feet a little bit, but definitely not for crypto.
Absolutely. Okay, cool.
Lots of other better solutions.
Man, they sell your data, man. They're front running you over there, Robinhood.
They all sell your data.
I'm saying they front run you over there.
That's a hot commodity, man. It's not about cryptocurrency these days or about fiat. It's about data. Data is a huge commodity, man. I mean, so many platforms. That's why, like, look at all these cool free things we get, and I use this app for free. They're stealing your data, man. So you're right on it.
Yeah. So hey, maybe they're gonna do that with cryptos too. So maybe it's not a good move, like Stache said. I don't know.
Now, Blood, let me ask you a question just to follow up on that. When you say, like leaking data, giving out your sensitive personal information when it comes to crypto. What information do you think they could give away? Is it
No, not personal data like that. So the whole premise on
user data.
Robinhood is that they sell the order flow to other institutions. So
data.
those institutions are able to see what the hell is going on and really profit from that. So is
Real
that going to
time.
happen with cryptos with them opening up? I don't know. Possibly. I wouldn't doubt it,
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of us have a hard time trusting some of these companies, especially when they get a little too big for their britches, and you've seen data leaks and all sorts of stuff going on.
Well, it's not even trust, man. I mean, it's literally in the agreement that you sign that nobody reads when they sign up for all these services. It's like 10
Maybe
pages
people should
long.
start reading.
And you're like, what? Who's reading this shit, man? And so then right there, like in the middle of like the 50th paragraph, it says it right there. Yep, it's saying, hey, just so you know, we're going to use all your usage data and put it there. Yeah,
absolutely. Rice, I'm gonna give you a question on this topic because I know you kind of got the last one here. But going back to kind of the whole meme coin thing, and that, like I said a little bit ago, Robinhood said no, they're not going to add Shiba anytime soon. The CEO suggested it's likely not anytime soon. Do you think that this is going to convert now because they are going to add Doge? Do you think this will convert some meme coin holders? Because we know some of these guys that are just only into meme coins, they don't really take a look at real projects, so they're just trading speculation on meme coins. Is this going to convert more people into being meme coiners?
I don't necessarily think so. And first of all, thank you again for having me back on the show. Great panel guest today. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to today's conversations, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Not your keys, not your crypto. And
hallelujah.
But the cool thing about this, there is some kind of like silver lining in this, and then there's some bad parts. So the KYC and then having a wallet that you have your private key to will allow for the tracking and tracing and help with the government and all that kind of good stuff that they want to have for that chain analysis. Another cool thing that could come out of this is they're only going to allow this for cryptocurrencies, but what about the traditional assets? We hear about stocks and stuff like that being tokenized in the future. So could something like this lead to that as well, letting people hold their actual stocks in a wallet with a private key? It is kind of, they're calling it progress, and maybe they're trying to do some PR damage to try to correct the damage from what happened with everything last year as far as Robinhood is supposed to be a platform for the people, but ultimately what Robinhood did was show that they were a platform that was all about screwing the people, the little guy. And that's very unfortunate. So I just think they're going to be trying to do everything they can to try to have a good public image. Now, if you're not deep in the crypto scene or deep into investments, you may not even really realize what happened. So there's still going to be a lot of people that are going to be using Robinhood, in my opinion. But the great thing about this is, one, is it's setting a precedence for other platforms to do the same thing, to have wallets interconnected so that you're holding your cryptocurrencies, which I think is a really important thing. So I mean, I think that we can look at the good lining when it comes to that. And if people want to be able to get other coins, they're going to know that they're not going to be able to find one platform that's going to suit all your needs in cryptocurrency. As long as I've been in crypto, I haven't found that one be-all end-all platform that I don't have to look at another platform for something that I want to do, whether it's NFT, DeFi, or whatever the situation might be, meme coins. So it's going to start educating people into choices, and then they'll start realizing the difference between custodial and non-custodial. So I think it's going to help a lot with education ultimately. That's kind of my opinion on it.
Cool. So to kind of to follow up something you had said, you had mentioned something about stocks, and kind of getting, and back to the other question that I had, about getting other people involved into meme coiners, or people that are just kind of getting into the space. If you've got family members or friends that only trade stocks, but they want to get into crypto, is this a good gateway for them to use the Robinhood?
Yeah, like training wheels. Training wheels is what I'll say. It's training wheels. And if people really take the initiative to want to go further and actually learn how to ride that bike, then I think it will give that kind of boost of education, because, it's going to make people question, why do I need to have a separate wallet for this? And they're going to start understanding different things about the custodial, non-custodial, and see how this stuff works. So, I mean, I think that there's going to be a lot of good things coming out of this. And I agree with what Blood said as far as this be more options being available. And Robinhood is something that people are very familiar with, regardless of their track record, and it's easy to use. So, with all that being said, I imagine that they're even going to make the wallet usage be easy. And those are kind of things that we need to see in the cryptocurrency space, is crypto being made more simple and easy for people.
I've always said it for years. Crypto is not going to go mainstream until it's as easy as your grandma swiping her debit card at the grocery store. Until it's
or
that
you
easy.
realize you're not even involved in like using something blockchain or crypto oriented.
Absolutely.
That's when it's really going to be taking effect, because the people are like, oh, this is blockchain and this is crypto. And then because a lot of people feel intimidated by something they don't understand.
Right.
But they don't understand the internet, but they still use it. But they don't understand how email works, but they still use it. I'm really confused how TV works, but it works.
As long as it turns on when you hit power, good. All right, let's get into our next topic here. Before we do, if you are watching this live, smash that like. I'm looking, it looks like we only got like 1,000 likes. Now I know I'm not DZ, and I'm seeing in the chat, oh, DZ's, where's DZ? It's Friday. I host on Friday. I took a couple weeks off because I had a baby, but I'm back. So, hey,
Ruthless Records,
man, smash that like button for the baby.
Hey, yes. If you want my baby Ruthless to get some fresh diapers and some baby food, smash a like. It's all you got to do.
Baby Ruthless.
There we go. All right, moving on to this next one.
Babies.
Yeah, don't just
smash a like for baby blood too.
Don't smash babies. Just smash a like button for the baby.
For the babies.
For the baby.
Yeah, don't smash the baby.
All right. So moving on to the next one. Bitcoin crashed to 8,200 on Binance.us. Now, this is insane. I'm very excited to hear some of your guys' perspective on some of this. So Binance.us suddenly printed a 1-minute candle that took Bitcoin USD pair from $65,815 down to 8,200. That's an 87% drop. Now, the scam wick on the 1-minute chart differed dramatically from other major exchanges, which logged a 1-minute candle with a flow of around 64,200. Huge change. Joe, let's go with you next, because I need you to get some points here to catch on up to everybody. Should Binance users continue to trust Binance? And obviously, Binance and Binance US are two separate entities, so let's talk about Binance.us only.
Yeah, I mean, this is classic because people make mistakes all the time in crypto. And this was, well, a rather large one, right? And so we have to ultimately, everyone needs to take responsibility for their actions. You know what I mean? Like, we can't sit here and blame Binance US or Binance or whatever because there wasn't enough liquidity or, something like this should never happen. At the end of the day, we're human beings and we do make mistakes. Some of these bigger ones obviously are the ones that you want to try to avoid, right? And this is why I said earlier on in the show, and it's been echoed here by multiple other guests, the education part is so important. And this is why we all have YouTube channels, is to teach the viewers here so you don't make these really big, massive mistakes. But I truly do believe if you do make a mistake, learn from that mistake so you don't keep making the same mistakes as well, right? Because it's one thing to make a mistake and have a little bit of a failure, okay? But don't do it again, right? So if we see in another week or two, another wick go down to like 6,000, we're all going to be like, well, what happened here? You know what I mean? So we can't sit here and blame, Binance US. We can't blame all we can't blame them for this is what happened. We got to take responsibility for it. And also, continue to keep educating ourselves. And that's kind of how I feel about the whole situation is, I understand that a lot of people got liquidated, and yeah, it probably didn't feel good to do something or to have your money on Binance US during that time and to lose out like that. I get it. Should there be safeguards for something like this? Perhaps. But again, mistakes happen. And so learn those lessons, move forward. There's an abundance here in crypto. So that's kind of my take on this whole situation.
Absolutely. And they're learning lessons. I think we've all made mistakes. I know that, the other day I meant to put in a short, put in a long, and almost got liquidated. Things happen. That's one of the risks that come along with, doing your own crypto. Like, you're in charge of your own financial destiny. Do it cautiously, right? That's it. And always do your own research. All right. So Meet Kevin tweeted, Binance.us had a lack of liquidity crash this morning. Bitcoin fell to 8,200 for 1 minute. Explained on YouTube, it was not a glitch per a confidential source. Now, Stache, for anyone that's new here, anyone that's new that's listening, what does that mean? What is a lack of liquidity flash crash?
So essentially, there wasn't enough Bitcoin to go around. There's not enough liquid Bitcoin, and so it's one of those things where we're never really going to know. The exchange tells us it's one thing, and there's not a really great way for us to know exactly what happens. They claim it's a glitch. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know, man. That seems a little bit too convenient, right? Because if you admit that it was a lack of liquidity or a liquidity problem on your exchange, what does that do? Like, I feel like a glitch to people, oh, you could fix a glitch, right? The confidence level is still there, that they trust the exchange, that it was something temporary that's not going to happen again. But if it's something like a flash crash like this, where they literally just don't have enough liquidity in the platform, it's going to scare investors away. People are not wanting to go and put longs or shorts on any kind of cryptocurrency in the platform for fear it's going to happen again, because that's the biggest thing that to come away from this. I feel bad for all the people who had any kind of leveraged position on this exchange, because now they got stopped out, and that's it, man. There's people that are getting called on this stuff. So those are the people who are really being affected by this. And I do think that Binance US does need to own up a little bit on this. If in particular, if it's a glitch. Now, if it has to do with liquidity, I could see them taking a little bit less blame there. But like I said, it's kind of a balancing act, right? If you admit that it was low liquidity, then there's probably less confidence in your platform at this point. If it is a glitch, then it's like, well, you should definitely be taking some sort of responsibility for this. A glitch in your platform, with one of your traders or one of your institutions, happen to cause this, then that is your responsibility.
Yeah,
100%.
That's crazy, man. Mr. Ruthless Records, let me tell you something, bro. That was all about no liquidity, flat out. I build algorithms, I program algorithms, been doing it for years in FX and now in cryptos. That was not a script or one of their clients going, one of their algos going awry. No, it was a structural issue with the liquidity. And it just exposes that no one is over there trading on Binance.us. That's what it is, flat out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad that you jumped in right there, because I love, when it becomes more of a discussion and something like that. But my next question was going to be basically that to you, because, Binance.us said that it was one of their institutional traders, that they had a bug in their trading algo, and it appears to cause the sell-off. But so what is Binance.us? What should be their response in this? Should they take more ownership? Should they say, hey, I don't even know if
they're not going to. Yeah, the right response would be detrimental to their marketing campaigns and their image, right? Optically, they can't say, oh yeah, we just didn't have enough liquidity. Sorry, guys. So that's going to drive, that's a feedback loop. That's going to drive people away from the exchange if they know that there's not a sufficient liquidity there to hold the market up, within their platform. So they have to save face. They got to say what they said, man. They got to lie. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it was all liquidity. It was illiquid markets. That's what it was. Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. That it's one of those. It's a double-edged sword right here. I think that they took the least sharp edge, and they're like, all right, let's just go with it. It's a bug, guys. They'll believe that shit. if they believe China banned Bitcoin 50 times already, they'll definitely believe this, guys. Just run with the story.
Everybody's believed every excuse that every exchange is given for whether it's a hack or whatever the situation might be. But I really feel like this is an exchange failure. I really feel like there should have been protocols and security put in place as well. So I'm not going to completely blame this 100% on the user. But another thing that no one's really even mentioned yet that I want to highlight is that they said that this has occurred more frequently in recent days, with Bitstamp also seeing freak order book events as well. So, I mean, ultimately, we know that what's going on in the exchanges is very similar to how the fractional reserve banking works, where there's basically not all the Bitcoins that are being traded are on those exchanges. And if like a strong percentage of the clients and customers on these exchanges were to withdraw their funds, it would be the same thing as what happens to the banks. They would just end up falling under, and that would be it.
Well, it shouldn't be that. If that's the case, it shouldn't be, man. That is definitely not how it's supposed to work.
I agree.
Absolutely. Joe, let me ask you a question. Do you do any leverage trading?
So I'm like not a leverage trader at all. And again, I kind of went the opposite direction with this question. I know that, after hearing the rest of the panelists, give their opinions, I totally understand that if this was an issue with Binance US specifically, like they did something or it was a glitch or whatnot, then yes, 100% they need to own up to that. But I'm always for the user to be paying attention to what they're doing and take responsibility for their actions, right? Somebody pushed a sell button somewhere, right? That's my understanding of this. And so because they did that, there are consequences and actions to doing that. And so again, we don't know all of the fine details because they haven't really exposed all of it, because if they did, then that might not look good for Binance US. But my thing is that we have to take responsibility for what we're doing here in cryptocurrency. And if a freak accident like this happens, then it does. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I understand. And for the people who got liquidated, is it fair? Probably not. No, it probably is not fair. That being said, that's the risk that you run when you put your money on the line as a leveraged trader. And again, I understand that a lot of people can make a lot of money leverage trading. It's something that I personally don't do. I wear the hoodie. It says right here, just hodl it at the bottom there. I don't know if any of you guys can see that or not. But I am a hodler, man. And the reason why is because it's the people who are the most patient and are willing to go through the ups and downs, delay gratification. Typically, those are the ones in the long run who end up winning. And that to me is a lot less stress too, right? If you're just sitting here hodling on, hanging on for the next 5 or 10 years, life is good, man. We're enjoying all-time highs. We're not sitting here worried about a flash crash on Binance US and getting liquidated, right? But look, it's risk reward. I do feel for everyone that was involved, obviously, but that's just kind of my understanding and take of this whole situation.
Well, that is great to hear. I know, Stache, you don't leverage trade, so Joe, you don't. Rice, do you leverage trade? You're muted.
Oh, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, no, I do not. I do not leverage trade.
What about you?
But I did want to ask.
Yes,
CB,
of course.
CB, is it possible that this could happen on a DEX? Can an algo?
No, I don't think
have
so.
a glitch? So again, this just does, it points out another failure. It points out another failure to the centralization as well. Just want to point that out because I am a defender of decentralization.
Right, so Rice, you basically took my job there. So next Friday you're going to come here and host in Georgia. Because I'd
love to do that.
I was fishing with each one of you to see who does leverage trade, because what I want to ask.
Leverage.
Oh, so
Blood's the only degenerate here, man. He's the only degenerate.
Okay, I'm right there with you, man.
The D doesn't stand for Detroit. It stands for DGen.
D is DGen.
So, Blood. So besides, because I was going to be my question to you was like, okay, so if you're on a centralized exchange, there's going to be a lot more problems that can happen than on a DEX. With that being said, what kind of advice would you give to leverage traders to combat getting liquidated on a freak accident, something like this? Is it, hey, just stay on a DEX, or what do you got for them?
No, to my understanding, the DEX I don't know if they have leverage on DEX yet. I know there was one project that was working on something like that, DYDX or something like that. But I would say only leverage trade like 10% of your account for that very reason. Because even if you have a stop loss in a scenario where we saw on Binance.us, a stop loss doesn't guarantee that it protects your trade, right? It just means that it will try to do a market order once that price is hit. So that doesn't even protect you. So it's inherent risk that you're going to have when you're margin trading. So that's why I say just trade 10% or less of your total portfolio if you're going to be, a DGen or a D-boy, right?
There you go. There you go. I definitely had the leverage sweats the other night. I don't know about you, man, but definitely keep.
I don't like that game, man. I'm a Joe over here and Rice, man. I think that it's a long-term mentality wins out in the end. I don't want to have the margin sweats, bro. Like meat sweats, sure. Margin sweats, bad. Like it's not something I want to deal with in my life. Man, I got enough stress already.
Meat so many people get wrecked, man. It's sad.
What are you?
Y'all know about the meat sweats? Don't lie.
Meat sweats, man. That's like when you go to your favorite barbecue restaurant and you eat so much, you got to at least sweat from eating like 2 or 3 times before you can stop it.
You down in Texas eating all them ribs and shit. We've been there, Jay. We've been there already.
All right. I don't eat meat, so I don't have meat sweats, guys.
Don't get the meat sweats.
So then I guess the margin sweats will be all you get, man.
Tofu
sweat.
rice.
That might be from something else, man. I don't know.
Or rice sweats.
Or rice. I do eat rice. Not you, but I eat rice. Yes.
Thank you.
That was a good. Thank you for clarifying that, Blood. I appreciate that. So we are running low on time to start a new topic. Do you guys want to breeze through the ETH all-time high one, or do you want to talk more about this Binance crash?
All-time high. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So make sure that you guys, if you're watching this, like this, please.
Smash
please.
that like button.
Remember the conversation we had before. All right. So ETH all-time high, just a few hours after Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of that 67,276, thanks to a big day trading for the first ever Bitcoin futures ETF. Ethereum set its own record for some exchanges, surpassing the May 12th mark of 43.57. However, it just matched its record of 43.80 on Bitstamp before seeing a harsh rejection. Let's see, Joe, come to you on this one. Is the ETH pump a month after Bitcoin narrative over?
Well, I think what's important to understand is how connected ETH and just all of these cryptocurrencies are. And the reason why is because they're all paired with each other. So I still think that we're going to have a Bitcoin goes up and then the altcoins are going to follow. Will it be exactly a month? Things typically tend to rhyme, right? They don't maybe do it exactly like we've been seeing, but I definitely do think that Bitcoin went up. And then what happened? I think a little bit later, I think it was only a day or two, Ethereum followed it, or it was very close. And so the reason why this is happening is because Bitcoin and Ethereum are paired against each other on a lot of these exchanges. And so when Bitcoin goes up, typically then Ethereum is also going to be rising, and same happens with the cryptocurrencies. And so it's important to pay attention to what it's doing, because if that starts to move, right, it hits all-time highs. I think that all-time highs are around the corner for not Ethereum, but for a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, like Solana yesterday, and a lot pointed out on Market Watching, starting to move and start making their all-time highs, right? We know about a month ago, and they all kind of have their own seasons, right? So it's important to know that we are starting to decorrelate a little bit, but that being said, there still is this Bitcoin goes to all-time highs, and then we are starting to see this altcoin season, and I think that we're in for an epic one coming in the next few months. But again, not financial advice. Who knows what will happen, but it's definitely exciting times here, and ETH hitting all-time highs there, even if for the briefest of moments, is definitely a very positive sign for cryptocurrency at this time.
Absolutely. I like that. All right. So last August, during our DeFi summer, there was about 5 billion TVL, which stands for total value locked. Now that seems paltry compared to the 100 billion that's currently there. Let's see. Rice, I'm going to ask you this one. For the retail investor looking for the next big thing, what's the next Ethereum, in your opinion?
I mean, that's a good question, because we have a lot of different platforms out here trying to compete against Ethereum. I mean, I'm a big fan of what Charles Hoskinson is doing with Cardano, and I'm also a big fan of what Polkadot is doing. I'm definitely, even though the gains are there, I am not a fan of Solana. I don't like the centralization. I feel like the node requirements and everything just make it too centralized, and that would put Binance Smart Chain in the same situation. It's centralized as well. When you're dealing with that blockchain trilemma of having decentralization, scalability, and security, those are the three right ones, right?
Correct. I believe so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the issue, is that you're having to give up one of those in order to maintain. That's what the trilemma has been all about. But the other thing that all this shows me with Ethereum and the rest of the cryptocurrencies is really kind of like what Joe was saying, is how connected everything is to Bitcoin still. Bitcoin is still the leader. It is definitely leading the pack. And technically, I don't even really think Ethereum actually hit all-time highs. I think it was like $11 off from actually hitting the all-time high, or maybe it hit on some exchange for like 30 seconds. It was, but ultimately, what I like about all-time highs is this concept of NGU, number go up. The number go up, and people start realizing, and people stay for the freedom. And it's opening that freedom aspect up, which is the sovereignty aspect of what Bitcoin and decentralized cryptocurrencies were created for in the first place. So number go up, stay for the freedom, whether it's Ethereum hitting all-time highs. But to come back to what you were saying about the platforms competing against Ethereum, the ones that right now are working with solutions that interact with Ethereum, such as Polkadot is doing, that's where you're going to see a lot more success, because obviously, as I've talked about in the past with the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, Ethereum itself and what it's doing is too big to fail. So regardless of what these other platforms are doing, Ethereum is always going to be the main platform for a decentralized web, for dApps, for a world computer system, in my opinion. There, my two Satoshis again, just taking CB's line.
Yeah, man, you better stop taking my line, bro.
Twice I did.
Problem. We're gonna have a problem.
Just really quick,
I'm coming to Detroit.
You did say decentralization, security, and scalability as the trilemma, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those. I did a quick fact check.
Yeah, I want to make sure scalability was in it. I knew security and decentralization, but I wasn't 100% if it was scalability. I was just making sure I had it correct. I didn't want to give misinformation.
Excellent. Well, great job there, buddy. Blood, this next question is going to come to you. So now Ethereum had temporarily flipped the market cap for JP Morgan and Visa on Thursday. If you're talking to somebody that has to get into crypto, or that they're getting into crypto and they have to get into a major cap, would you recommend Ethereum as a solid buy, or would you steer them somewhere else?
No, definitely Ethereum, solid buy. I think they still have an issue with trying to go from proof of stake to proof of work to proof of stake. That's my only concern. I just want to see how that pans out with Ethereum 2.0. But, eventually they will. But I believe because they're slow with that process, you're going to see other competitors come in there and take and kind of shorten the gap, right, between Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those two are kind of leading the pack big time when you talk about market cap. So there will be some others that you'll see even bigger returns if you do your own research and due diligence. So, but yeah, if I'm picking Ethereum over JP Morgan, yes, absolutely, all day. That's my two Satoshis. Holla.
Got him.
Holla.
Got him. All right. Let's see. Stache, I'm going to bring this last question to you. So this is a make it or break it moment for you. So we'll see how your answer goes.
About to crush it.
Well, let's see. So there's a lot of people, and especially, again, some of these questions are geared towards the newer people because, like we were saying earlier, Joe was saying earlier, we're seeing a lot of new subscribers. We're seeing a lot of activity, especially with all the excitement that happened with all-time high in Bitcoin, and we know that the markets are just ready to roll. So people wonder why you're seeing different prices on different exchanges, with the arbitrage and all that stuff. Can you explain how something like that is even possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think new people coming in is good. I actually, that was one of the things I really focused on when I first started in cryptocurrency content creation was new people, running classes in person in my city. So I understand like some of these things to us seem like, oh yeah, of course that makes sense. What is liquidity? People like the word liquidity, most people probably had not even really, understood or heard if they haven't been in some sort of financial, industry, before getting into crypto. But what it comes down to is, with the difference of price across different exchanges, I mean, it really comes down to the people trading there too. These exchanges all hold their own order books, which is basically where people are putting buys and sells, right, for that particular currency, and that is what's driving that price. Now, because of arbitrage, which is taking money from one place and then using the price difference. So if Bitcoin is, 60,000 on this one exchange and it's 61,000 over here, you have that opportunity to move money around to try and take advantage of the arbitrage of that situation. That's why prices are never going to be too far off, so they're never going to be like thousands and thousands of dollars difference from one exchange to another, because if they were, everyone's going to be porting over there and trying to make that arbitrage money off of that. So the prices are always going to be fairly close. But yeah, I mean, that's really why you see them different on different exchanges, why there's different all-time highs based upon different exchanges. A lot of times we'll go off, whatever exchange had the highest all-time high as setting it, but then it depends on where you're looking too. So if you're looking on CoinMarketCap versus CoinGecko or another site, it may have different data. So the data come from all these different exchanges, just depends on the people trading there.
Excellent. Well,
I mean, if you really want some, if you really want some cheap Bitcoin, just go to Binance.us and wait for that flash.
Yeah, exactly. Wait for that flash crash, man.
That's what I'm curious about. Was anybody able to get in on that? Was anybody able to get in on that and actually purchase at $8,700 or $8,200?
Yeah, I was asking the same question. I don't know. I would think in a situation
that would have
like
been early Christmas for
trade.
that individual or people.
From what I understand, and I could be wrong, and maybe someone in the chat, and I'm sure there'll be some more discovery on this or whatever. But I think 50K was like the lowest price somebody actually was able to buy it.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong, but I think it was
Still,
about 50K.
that's still nice though. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that would have been really nice that somebody could have like pulled that off and actually got.
I guess CryptoBlood's prophecy has been fulfilled. $20,000 Bitcoin, it happened. Actually went lower. So, I mean, CryptoDamus strikes again. You know, clearly.
Get out of here.
That's funny.
He's CryptoDamus. You don't know
this?
Rigged. He's also a time traveler like me. We've come from the future to deliver these messages here in the present.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for the day. It looks like I got a 3-way tie. Joe, you just edged it out.
Oh, Joe coming through. That last comment, man. The last comment was gold. So he deserved
That was gold. That's what took you over the top. Took you to 20
Parry.
points. Blood. Sorry I couldn't hand you the win today, but we had to give it to Joe Parys. Hey, man, leave us. Let's get 30 seconds on the clock. You don't actually get a clock, but you can just leave us with a parting word, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much again for being back on the show, and a big shout out to CryptoBlood, Stache, and Rice. You guys are the best, and super fun show today. And if you are interested in learning more about cryptocurrency, altcoins, and a bunch of different stuff, make sure to follow us all down below in the channels. And we look forward to serving everyone here on the BitSquad. And again, hope to be back on Around the Blockchain very soon. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Had a great time chatting with all you guys today. Smash the like button. We will see you back here Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern for Around the Blockchain. It will be either TJ or DZ. It won't be me. So if you're in the chat still looking for DZ, you're going to have to wait until the weekend. Anyway, so it is the weekend. Get outside, get some fresh air, work on your mental health. Again, we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a good weekend.
We're
out.